Alright, I'm going to trust my technology and that it'll work. I realize I have a ton of fans going into my space because, well, frankly, it's pretty hot, so I'm going to turn down this music just a little bit for myself, which means also for you, but that's okay. Alright. I would recap, but I was lazy and I didn't watch my previous video. I'll try not to move around too much to decrease the ambient noise in my own space. Hopefully the fans aren't too loud, as I said. But let's get going. That's right. We got on the ship. That's a great sound. So the last time we screwed up a dance, well, I stand by the fact that the other guy screwed up, and we were given some options, and apparently we've decided to join the rebellion. Or I have? Let's say we. Little Ghost is future me, so we'll go with we. The ship lifts... Alright, off to a great start there. The ship shifts to violently left. Inertia keeps me violently in place. And a chair takes the weight of my stunned body. Also violently. When I recover and look up, I am among the stars. Facts and education do not prepare your brain for the immensity of space. Once you leave the comforting glow of the station lights behind, it's nothing but infinite stars. Everything feels insignificant against this endless backdrop, and it only gets worse if you stop and think of the enormous power and size of a star. And then you start to absorb how tiny they all look, how many there are, and how far away they must be. Truly, it requires a Horatian ego to maintain one's sanity. I guess all of us are mesmerized, because our ship runs into something, and we all react differently. Darien F-19 activates one tiny weapon. Tergus F-07 turns on the shields, which deactivates the weapon, and I... I'm going for the pratfall, guys. I fall out of my chair. Lying on the floor, I have an excellent view up through the skylight, which I did not realize we had. A large piece of rock tumbles by, turning slowly and lazily, looking about as active and dangerous as a fat kitten in mid-nap, but with much more inertia. Asteroids! Look, we don't have an arcade system on this. Right. What I mean is that we're in an asteroid field. That's what hit the ship. Huh, what? Darien F-19 starts fumbling around with various controls, as if he's looking for a large button labeled "Make the asteroids go away." He finally finds a hollow projection of the ship and the area of space around it. It's better to look at the hollow than out the view screen. If you look at the... Let me try that again. It's better to look at the hollow than out the view screen. If you look out the windscreen, you can die of terminal insignificance. So, where are we headed? They both turn to look at me, then look at each other. We're gonna figure that out. Can you, check the hold for snacks? Yeah, something to eat? I don't trust this. Yeah, and maybe, guns too? Yeah, something to shoot. I look from one to the other, but they look exactly like I do when I'm keeping a straight, blank face. Damn, these two similar DNA structures. Sometimes it's very hard to see who is plotting what. But they're gonna space me. Fine. I head away from the view screen and down where things get dark and scary. I hear them murmuring to each other about me as I descend, so I murmur to myself about them for revenge. I have terrible images of what a hold might be. Infinite dark space full of rats and dust, strange things breathing in dark corners, a general sense of disuse and desperation. In reality, after 5 careful steps, I hit the back of the hold because the ship is about the size of a flight-capable rice grain. I find the switch, and the place lights up, showing me a lot of empty racks. The only thing of interest is a pile of Horatio propaganda posters and another pile that have been slightly altered with childish graffiti. Be Gorgeous becomes Me Gorgon. Seek Beauty is now Slack Booty. Seriously? Is this how you start a revolution? The only other thing of interest is the intercom, which isn't working perfectly because when I hit the switch to tell them that the hold is empty, it lets me hear their conversation. Must be with fire. There goes Daring F-19 again. We don't need to kill everyone. How else can we cleanse this cesspool, lance this boil? Daring F-19 sounds passionate. Too passionate. There's a pause in the conversation. You've been practicing, haven't you? Turgus F-07's voice is dry and amused. Yeah? Too much? A bit. Anyway, what are you going to gain trying to change the way this entire empire works? So what if you and your buddies take over the station? What in the name of all that is gorgeous? You aren't going to defeat the fleet they send. Why die fighting? Nothing will change. What do you suggest? Roll over and ask them to rub your belly? As far as I'm concerned, the Horatio masses can play makeup and catwalk all they want. I'm getting out of here on that colonizer, somewhere far away, somewhere better. Personally, I think they have both lost their minds. I head back up to the bridge with some of the altered posters, feigning ignorance. That at least I'm good at. I don't know what it means by draw out. Let's try 07. Look, Turgus F-07, you seem to be both lazy and smart, which is a perfect combination for getting things done simply. What exactly are you trying to do? What do I want to do? Leave. This place sucks. I use place in the largest sense, like the sense in which it means entire empire. I just want out. He points at Darien F-19. His plan is a little more dramatic. And that is... Darien F-19 loses his imposing orator pose and slides straight into his conniving conspirator pose. There's a banquet. All the high and mighty of this foul station will come together, and that is where the forces of freedom and justice will strike. I want to get out of this place, and I want whatever plan they have to work. That means I want to be included, and that means I have to make sure they like me. And that, finally, is why I don't roll my eyes and say something loaded with enough snark to take out a small son. Forget the forces of freedom. We're looking at forces of the Vaulters. I forgot that guy was here. Several ships suddenly appear in front of us. Where do they come from? Why didn't we detect them? Tora starts stroking her buttons and dials. Oh yeah, I forgot about her too. Vaulter. She's looking forward to whatever is going to happen just a bit too much. Wow. It is too late to maneuver. They're already upon us. A blinking red light alerts us that we're being locked by enemy weapon systems. Yes, Rink, call her. The diminutive alien pushes a few buttons, and the image of a young Vaulter female appears on the screen. Horatio slime. What, you think I don't know that? Are you ready to make a deal? Ha! Begging for your lives? Why should I? We'll off the anti-gluons on them. Friends. Excuse me? Yeah, good point. Okay, we have common enemies and common interests. You want to get into the station, and we want to get out of it. How about we make a deal? Figures. Honorless scum. What's the problem? You can't beautify the dead, so it's better not to become one. Here's my offer. We'll drop the scans and sensors on the nearest part of the station, put a hole somewhere easy for you to get in. I can do it in exactly 17 hours and 9 minutes. Nice. Go on. You guys come in, create mayhem, take what you want, and leave. Still listening. But here's the catch. When you leave, you take us with you. We want out of this madhouse. Gosh, that's pretty. But you know what? Here's the actual deal. We show up in 17 hours and 8 minutes. If there is no hole in the station, we will make a really, really big one. Big, as in the size of Horatio's ego. Oh. If you stay low and manage to survive a bunch of angry Vulture Marines whose families were spliced into the Horatio on Eridon, well, hell sure, we'll take you with us. We can always use a few suicidal risk-takers. The Vulture captain cuts the transmission, and the Vulture ship pulls away. Yes! 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 Fun. Blow things up! And we all look at Tora. Sorry, I was educated on Hickam. As the Vulture ship departs and Tergus F-07 and Darien F-19 congratulate each other, I noticed that one of the Horatio scout vessels didn't go down easily. There's a huge tear along one side, and the repairs look nasty, and look hasty, and temporary. That makes me worry about our getaway ship. Hey, Darien F-19, it looks like the cavalry that's riding in to save us has a lame horse. Yeah, I checked, and first-class tickets on Lemurian luxury yachts are all sold out this month. I have to say, Darien F-19, it does look risky. Revolution requires sacrifice. Sure, I thought. I bet it does. But does it require mine? The return trip is much less eventful, other than the fact that Rink seems to view piloting as an act of approximation rather than precision. There are definitely new dings and knocks on the ship when we finally get out, but Rink doesn't care. Put it on my tab. They don't like us anyway. We're ugly aliens who do a job they're scared to do. Yeah, you have to grab the fun where you can. They take off in one direction, and Tergus F-07, Darien F-19, and I go another way. 3 of us are buzzing with excitement. We go to dinner, we sit down and act relaxed. We're doing our best to look Horatio. I think we probably fail, but in a society this narcissistic, people don't really notice other people. It's an interesting mixture of excitement and insecurity, knowing we're looking to cause some big trouble, knowing that if anything falls apart, the repercussions will probably involve the recycler. Life suddenly has a weight and an importance it didn't have half an hour ago. The faces of my co-conspirators, the sounds of the cafeteria, the susurrations of the ventilation, it all seems clearer, stronger, more intense. Bonus points for the use of susurrations. That's a great word. All my senses are on edge. In fact, the food actually has flavor. That is what rebellion does to you. Do you seriously want to take over the station? Do you really think things will change any other way? Darien F-19, it frankly sounds a bit crazy. Look, Darien F-19, we all have the same goals, or at least the same desire. But I don't see how system-wide revolution is going to achieve it. Check us F-07. You think they'll listen if you ask nicely? And besides, you already agreed to part of it. That's just popping a boil. And besides, the way I hope it goes, nobody should be around to ask questions when I disappear. Anyway, it's late and I'm exhausted. We'll see how it goes tomorrow. We say goodnight and go our separate ways. I return to my room, discovering that I am utterly exhausted. The noises of the mechanics is nothing. I doubt that a full-scale invasion would keep me awake. Is that foreshadowing? Are they going to cut me out of the deal? Still, I toss and turn a bit, wondering what I'm falling into. So these Horatios have a great idea and are convinced that I should join them. And I will. Because so far, all that my own great ideas have done is led me here. I can't say I sleep the sleep of the righteous, but at least I finally sleep. I wake up the next morning, having suffered bad dreams born by fear and frustration. At least in one of them, I'm in the cockpit of the space turd, traversing the stars, a galaxy a limitless thing of hope and possibilities opening up before me. Then I hit an asteroid. There's a loud noise, and I die. Then I wake up, and it turns out that the loud noise is actually someone yelling at me. I peek into the corridor to hear both the public address system and some loud Horatio saying the same thing. Dress rehearsal today, everybody up and looking gorgeous. Start early, the lines at the beautification stations are gonna be long. And the first few hours of the day pass just as I suspected. I beautify myself, put on my best outfit, gray overalls but slightly cleaner, and report to the kitchen. Horatio F21, good to see you. I guess we're all still on Eternia's P02's imperfect list. I just go where the holopad tells me, but at least there are friendly faces here. Believe me, it's the very best place to be today. We follow instructions and find ourselves stirring a mind-numbing variety of pots full of food, in various shades of gray and yellow. Every once in a while, an overexcited flunky runs in, yells at someone, and runs out. More doilies! I must have more doilies, but in yellow! The kitchen seems to have been designed with the objectives of setting up the space and the layout so that you could run out of the most important things that are stored in the most inconvenient location at the worst possible moment. So it's like Thanksgiving dinner with your family. In the middle of it all, Tergus F07 sidles up to me with a cup. Hey, drink this. I can't find the shrimp forks. But I'm not thirsty. Drink this. Not sure what the little stutter is that's going on if they're coming in and out, but... How can we be out of Calgarosian truffle meat? Seriously, I have work to do. Drink this. Okay, I drink it. I don't know what they're on about, but it's about the only thing in the kitchen that doesn't taste awful. Hey, thanks, I guess. Next time, just ask. They kind of did. Hey, Tergus F07. Where's the special spice blend? How should I know? You had it. And gave it to you. I used it and gave it back. And then used it and... Oh, it's over here. Dairy F19 sidles over to a small spice bottle and discreetly dumps it down the incinerate chute. Which one is the stew? That goes into the biggest chafing dish. We regard the various dishes, none of which look either delectable or digestible, or like stew. Maybe this one? I look at the yellow-gray food in the dish. We should probably taste it and check the seasonings, but I don't see a little taster spoon nearby. Also, given what came out of the kitchen, I didn't really want to taste it anyway. I recklessly decide to align my fate with whatever the cooks have prepared. Don't say I'm not courageous. Ready? Ready? I don't think I am, but I nod. Hey, Mausoleus M17. What? What? Is something wrong? No, chill. Just remember that the first plate is always for the highest ranking. That's Atern's P02. Clone is deeply offended because he has one job and we just implied he couldn't do it. How dare you lecture me on matters of protocol? Mausoleus M17 stomps out. The three of us look at each other and can't help giggling. Let's do this. We carry all the dishes through a corridor just outside the kitchen that leads to the concourse and arrange them on a long buffet line. The place is bathed in the soft glow of floating chandeliers. Whatever else you can say about him, Aeternus P02 really knows how to put on a show. We line up with the other cadets, nervous and excited, desperately hoping to impress Aeternus P02. For a moment, there's complete silence. The doors at the far end of the hall slowly glide open. The March of the Glorious Centurion of Perfection starts up over the loudspeakers. Sorry, I wanted to pause for the music there. The tension is killing me. And the food apparently is doing that to someone else. Heck, what? Oh, pimple. Tens of identical heads turn and look. Bacchus V18 is just lying there, just beneath the stew, a little taster spoon in his hand. At least I think it's Bacchus V18. Well, that's not the real question here. I look at Daring F19 and mouth silently. Special spices? He appears to be fascinated by his fingernails. I look at Tergus F07. His face is white. Aeternus P02 comes swooping over, glorious and passionate, like a tower of gold and emerald rage. The kitchen staff, now! I have a bad feeling. You all look so gorgeous, and this is going to get so ugly. How dare you let this happen? The most glorious will be here in a matter of hours, and we can't even feed ourselves? Bacchus V18 was bound to eat himself to death sooner or later. I like that his name is Bacchus. Recycle Bacchus V18 and take Mausoleus M17 here as well. Ooh. No! But they do it. Two guards come in and drag Mausoleus M17 to the chute. On the plus side, he'll never have to worry about shrimp forks again. I shut down where my imagination takes me. Aeternus P02 is yelling again. You three. I try to duck out of the way as if the accusation will go somewhere else, but I can see where he's looking. Each of you a spoon of the stew now. I go as white as Tergus F07. This is not what was supposed to happen. What? Me? I see the look on his face. Right. Now. I look at Daring F19, who doesn't appear concerned, like in the least, and I think, what? He humbly eats a spoon. Oh, awful, my stomach. I'm assuming that we drink an antidote. And I look next to him. Wow, what's in there? Oh, yuck. They're play acting. They're moaning and holding their stomachs. And something inside me just goes, oh, right. So I eat a spoon and go full thespian. Oh, I'm cramping up. The pain, it's unbearable. Oh, such digestive horror. What unholy nourishment is this? Oh, woe is me. Daring F19 and Tergus F07 give me dirty looks at that last phrase. I guess I sort of overdid it. Aeternus P02 shakes his fists and points at the food. Get rid of it. All of it. You three, I want the kitchen cleaner than his perfect brow in 1 hour. Scrubbed, sterilized, spotless, perfect. And I am talking about levels of perfect that only this glorious empire understands. It's just the three of us. And it's quiet. Only for a very short time. Scars and pimples, all of that for nothing. When in his name are we going to ever get a chance like that again? Our friends are going to be here in a matter of hours, and... Hold on. What exactly were you planning? What was supposed to happen? Daring F-19 shifts from one foot to the other. Tergus F-07 shifts from the other foot to one. Okay, Horatio F-21, there's a little more to it than that. Tergus F-07, thank all the beauties you're still here. We have some worrying news from the cloning facilities. It seems that a large number of the recent batches went through a faulty procedure. This might even have been going on for months. Oh no, for months? Daring F-19 is faking concern. Poorly. Tergus F-07, I need your help here. We need to test everybody in sequence A through L of the last 20 generations. This could take hours. The three of us look at each other, and then at the excited lab technician. Wow, really? Let's do this right away. Absolutely, I was trying to get a hold of you, but you were off risking your life in the asteroid somewhere. Yes, let's do it. Hey, set things up over here. We'll round up the usual suspects. Daring F-19 is pointing to a recently cleaned part of the kitchen counter, a perfect space for setting up mobile lab equipment. It is also right next to the recycling chute. Oh no, I think to myself, which is interesting because I also was thinking, oh no. Tergus F-07 puts a finger to his lips. Aternus P-02 suspects saboteurs. Let's do this quietly. Excellent idea. It'll be quieter back there. Very good, very good. I feel better about this already. I was running some diagnostics on the latest batch, promotion CX48, and it seems that there was some sort of malfunction with one of our memory berths. There was an electrical fault caused by a strain on the power system, and while it didn't cause any harm, it means that payload implementation for the clone nested in that berth may have been faulty, either corrupted or incomplete. There's no way to know which it is. This individual has had access to all station systems without having ingrained loyalty towards Horatio, and now there are rumors of sabotage. The coincidence is uncanny. Oh, it's more than uncanny. It's highly upsetting. It is, isn't it? There's a certain and sad inevitability in how the scene plays out. They set up the equipment. Tergus F-07 draws the technician in with a lot of jargon and fake concern. While they make noise, Daring F-19 silently pulls open the recycling chute behind them. Horatio F-21. He's speaking softly, and we share a long, complicated look. I sigh with the inevitability of fate and crouch down behind the technician. In time not even measured in seconds, the three of us understand what has to be done. Tergus F-07 accidentally pushes the technician, so he staggers backwards. He falls back on top of me, and with a couple of quick shoves, he has nothing but a fading scream amid the plumbing. I am in it so deep now, but it all suddenly feels logical. Even inevitable. Except something has gone wrong. A siren is going off in the distance. I hear footsteps. Footsteps of well-shod feet carrying Horatio, who seem to be carrying a lot of gear, in the hallway outside. So wait, you guys aren't just Horatios with an attitude problem. You guys are like me. Yep, Horatio F-21, we aren't just kindred souls, we're kindred souls who have escaped the emotional and psychological suffocation of complete indoctrination. Even more, we're the warriors who shall overthrow this hierarchy of falsehood and lies. They'll be on to us now. They'll miss old Tergus R12 here any minute. Time to move. Come, Horatio F-21, we can get the access codes to a ship. We can get the H out of here. Go anywhere in the constellation and start cloning a truly perfect society that resembles you and I. Which I feel like is just more of the same, guys. You can't leave now. The hour is nigh. Our fight to freedom begins. This is our chance, our one chance to throw off the yoke of oppression and lead the downtrodden masses to a meaningful destiny. I look at them both. They both look at me. Ah, crap. Hmm. I'm too young to die fighting. I'm out of here. I like Turgus F-07 a little bit better. Darren F-19, I respect you, but I honestly think you're suicidal. I'm with Turgus F-07. Fools, both of you. Darren F-19 turns, runs to the wall, yanks open one of the chutes, and dives down it. That's not the recycler? I hope not, but he just spliced his future away from ours. Let's go. He grabs my hand and pulls me out the back door of the kitchen, keeping low in a scrambling run. I'm scared and I have no idea what's going on. But bizarrely, I'm happy. Something is going to happen, and for once in my short life, I feel more like the catalyst than the fall guy. I think that's where we're gonna save and call it good till next time. We have now decided some part of our fate, which is mostly running away instead of risking that the raiders are just going to turn us into Horatio jerky or whatever they do. Vaulters. I have vocabulary. So yeah, hopefully I'll do a little bit of more of this week coming. Hopefully the fans weren't too loud, and that's pretty much it.